Hola everyone, 大家好. I'm Rob Yifan, and I'm a product manager living in Singapore. Today, I want to give you a quick list of my everyday tools that I use as a product manager. But first, let me show you some of my work. I used to be a digital nomad. Now I'm based in Singapore. I've been working remote as a product owner for the past 9 years for startups and mid-sized companies worldwide. I lived in China while studying Mandarin, and my level is 挺不错的. My native language is Spanish, and I love gaming. I got a portfolio of almost 200 projects. As a product designer, I create interactive prototypes using Figma, then break down these into user stories, set them up in roadmaps/sprints to then lead dev teams into building them. And as a front-end dev, I use React.js with Next.js or Vue.js to connect front-end UIs to REST APIs. I specialize in software as a service. Now, 我们现在开始吧. Let's get back to the video. Alright, first thing I do every morning is to check my Slack. Slack is a communication tool that I have installed on all my computers, iPads, phone, plus I receive notifications on my Apple Watch. This way, I always receive every new message that, depending on the status where I'm at, if I'm in the computer working, then no problem. If I'm walking down the street, I'll be able to see it on my phone. And if I'm at the gym, I'll see if there's any emergency messages on my watch. The more often I can be aware and respond to people, the less meetings are usually required. So because everyone will know what I'm up to, even if I'm not there with them. And communication is, for me, one of the most important things when working remote. Now, how do I manage the tasks of many team members at the same time? Well, using a task management tool. In this case, well, there are many, and it's complex to find the right one for your team. Jira is great, mostly for developers. It does require a learning curve. If you're working on sprint cycles, it allows you to easily manage long-term projects in chunks. A project that can take months can be tracked in the roadmap section. And if you need to see what everyone else is working on right now, you can see the current sprint items and what items are in which status. And if you want to know what's coming up in the next sprint, you got the backlog section where you can see future work separated into chunks easy to digest or reaccommodate before these sprints start. Now, there are other tools, of course, like Monday.com. This one helps out with roadmap planning for executives. Or Notion. I love Notion, and I use it to plan everything related to my channel, and I've used it in the past within an international company of more than 50 team members for project definitions as well, because it was easy to use for people everywhere, and also, very importantly, in mainland China. Where most of the team was based at. You may hear other platforms like ClickUp or Trello. I suggest you try them and see what fits your needs. My personal favorite is Jira because it scales with your team. Now, speaking a bit more about project definition, we have Confluence. When I see a project that's gonna take more than a month to deliver, or of course, plenty of projects are like that. Or if I see a project being requested that's still an idea, but not entirely clear yet, then I feel I need to set up a document with 3 major details, like the requirements, time, and the resources needed. For this, I use Confluence, which connects to your Jira as well. And you can link a requirement with the corresponding ticket where you define it even further. At the same time, you are keeping a high-level view of what multiple teams are doing. Now, when documenting a project, you may need to do some prototypes to showcase how a project will look like if implemented, or how you hope it looks like and behaves. For that, we have Figma. Now, Figma, it's my current go-to tool when developing prototypes. One thing is to explain with words what you got in mind. Another one is for other people to see it. That's why I prefer prototypes always. Clickable, touchable, interactive versions of what you have in mind. to share with users and other team members. That way you know everyone's clear on what the deliverable is supposed to deliver or look like. Also, I use video a lot, so I record videos using Loom. For example, when making a new release of code into the production, I'll do a recording going over the features that got deployed. Or if we need to confirm that we're heading on the right track on a feature, I'll send a link to a prototype that accompanied by the Loom video, just in case. It's so easy to watch a video nowadays on your phone. So this way, if someone can't try the prototype right now because maybe they're just busy or just can't go around and click on it right now, then the next best thing is a video where they can even comment on the video. And in the case of Loom, this allows you to comment on a specific second, so the person who uploaded it will get notified where someone else did leave some feedback, pointing to the exact spot where they want to give you their thoughts. All right, let's move to how do we measure the results after a feature is implemented. Well, I use tools such as Amplitude. This allows you to see the impact of previously deployed features with the data, and if any correction needs to be done, at least you will be able to track it and compare it. Now, if you gather insights this way, it'll be easier to get new items to work on in the future as well. Right? You may discover some data that it will help you to start theorizing new features. Now, it's not too bad to run experiments as you learn from them and quickly, and then refine them with data for sure. Following, I got some tools that I don't necessarily use every day, but I still recommend them because I use them in previous projects. Depending on the project, some tools will work better for your team's structure. For example, we have Product Board. This one allows you to gather feedback, come up with roadmaps, set up prioritization of tasks, and different levels of measuring which variables are higher priority than others. Also, this allows you to connect stories into Jira and keep an eye on them. So if you're looking for a high-end tool, I suggest this one for sure. I think it's one of the most complete ones. It will totally depend, because you will need most of your team using it as much as possible, and it will require for everyone to agree on the tool. Finally, there's an item here which it's not necessarily software, although certain software will allow you to apply it, and that's Agile development and Scrum. These methodologies you can learn, and I stick to them as discipline. I got certified as a Scrum product owner thanks to the Scrum Alliance. I think part of getting really good at this is to keep learning all the time. So I usually don't take more than a week or two without taking some sort of on-site or online course. Here in Singapore, we also have General Assembly. If you like live sessions, I highly recommend them. They have a variety of topics that most of them will make you a more knowledgeable PM. And if you like online sessions, they also have those. I actually took one of their marketing courses from Singapore while being in Central America. So they're very flexible in that sense. And related to learning, I have the LinkedIn Learning subscription, which comes with LinkedIn Premium. So that's nice, because they have a huge variety of online courses that after you take them, they will show up as part of your skill set, or will turn into a section on your LinkedIn profile. And at the same time, it'll provide you with a higher tier within the platform. So you will be, instead of maybe like level 3 on LinkedIn, you will be level 2 or level 1. So this is comparable to being like a pro version of LinkedIn. Now, this of course allows you to expand on your network, which is one of the very important professionally speaking. So that's it for 今天. Let me know if you have any other further questions on everyday tools as a PM, as a software developer, or as a designer even. So, pura vida. 再见, people.